Good afternoon. We'll now start. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There will be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your faces in the video. Reminder after the pep talk is to take the online learning com evaluation test exercise, or OLETE for short, for mastery of learning, and have a perfect score to get a certificate like this one shown here. I have placed the link in the chat box. Another reminder, obtaining 25 OLETE certificate will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a RO Hoson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. This is a motivating award for all those who want to take the opportunity for a free consultation. Another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Thank you. Let's now have a group picture taking. Before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes, please turn on your video now. Show your faces. Okay, ready? Those who want to be included, please show your faces. Okay, two, one, two, three. Okay. Let me save this first. I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control in the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021. That's 5 years ago during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021. And then from October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder. Here are samples of the courses and health issue courses. May 17, 2025, last year, marks the start of year number 5 for the RO Hoson Pep Talk. So next month will be on our 6th year already. How long the pep talk will last will depend on the enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance of everybody. My pep talk today is entitled, Do All Wounds Need Anti-Tetanus Vaccination? The essential components of this topic will be indications for anti-tetanus vaccination in wounds. The empowerment objective is for the lay people to have a basic understanding of the indications for anti-tetanus vaccination in wounds in their health management. So the contents of this pep talk this afternoon will be the following. There will be the trigger for the pep talk on the anti-tetanus vaccination. Then what are the common perceptions and practices on anti-tetanus vaccination in wound care by the lay people, as well as physicians, particularly those working in the emergency rooms? And what is the connection or relationship between wounds and anti-tetanus vaccination? Bakit pag sinabing mo wounds, may kasamang pinag-uusapan yung anti-tetanus vaccination? Why is tetanus fearsome as a disease? What is its prognosis? What are the symptoms of tetanus? And what are the types of wounds that carry a higher risk for tetanus so that they are more likely to require anti-tetanus vaccinations? So in other words, what are the indications for anti-tetanus vaccination? And what are the types of wounds, kabaliktaran, that carry a lower risk so that they're less likely to require anti-tetanus vaccinations, or the indications for no anti-tetanus vaccinations? And lastly, what are the clinical principles in the management that we use in the anti-tetanus vaccination? Disclaimer, these RO Hoson Pep Talk contains my thoughts, perceptions, opinions, recommendations, culled from my personal experiences as well as from the writings of other health professionals. So the trigger for this particular pep talk, when I say trigger, why I thought of taking this topic as a part of the pep talk, okay? Because last January 2, 2026, that's early this year, I received a message from Cal. Hi Doc, Happy New Year po. Mag-ask lang ako kung about doon sa operasyon ko last 2023 kung meron po sa akin na turok na anti-tetanus. So she was operated by me on 2023, okay, for a breast cancer. So na-scratch kasi ako ng old nail while cleaning. Baka itanong po kasi sa akin dito sa ER. Thank you po. So the background here, she decided to go to the ER, and she's anticipating a question by the emergency room physicians kung meron siyang anti-tetanus vaccination na nagawa dati. So my answer to her question was none. Then I asked whether she cleansed her wound right away, and I asked her to send me pictures of the wound for my advice. This was at the time that I didn't know that she has decided to go to the emergency room already. So ito yung pinadala niya sa aking picture. There's a small superficial wound, parang scratch lang. So by this nail, hindi naman masyadong ka-rusty. Sinabi niyang rusty, but not so rusty. Medyo maitim lang ng konti. Hindi man yung brown na ano. So when I saw these pictures, not knowing that she went to the emergency room already, I advised just to wash wound profusely with mild soap and water, and no need to go to the ER, emergency room, for anti-tetanus vaccination. However, she said, okay na po kasi nakapunta na siya. Dumiretso na lang kami ng ER, nabigyan ako ng anti-tetanus vaccine, and may follow-up vaccine uli after a month and after 6 months. Plus, binigyan kami ng antibiotics for 1 week. So, in answer to my question kung nalinisan, yes, Doc, na-wash ko naman agad. Hindi lang siya agad nag-bleed. Nag-bleed lang after I put pressure and push it para lumabas ang dugo. Nataranta ako nung na-realize ko na lumang nail yung naka-scratch. Lumang nail, hindi naman rusty. I tried to push the blood out. Nung di lumabas, nag-wash na ako agad with soap. So ito yung sagot niya sa akin. I asked her what medicines were prescribed to her in the emergency room and how much she spent. So she was given tetanus toxoid and tetanus immunoglobulin. That's the second drug. And then she was prescribed antibiotics for 1 month. So the tetanus toxoid was injected on the left shoulder, left deltoid. Okay. So this is the schedule. And then after 1 month, she has to come back for another injection, then 6 months after. She was at the same time given tetanus immunoglobulin. Okay. So this was injected on the opposite side, on the right side. Hindi pwede sa isang lugar, no? So the toxoid is injected on one side, the immunoglobulin is injected on the other side. Then she was given a prescription for antibiotics. So the total cost without the antibiotics was more than 3,000. So What are the common perceptions and practices on anti-tetanus vaccination in wound care by lay people and physicians, particularly in emergency rooms? So these are my thoughts. Questions ko rin. So a lot of Filipinos have the perception that all wounds need anti-tetanus vaccination. Sagutin nyo within yourself, yes or no. The other thing is a lot of Filipinos have the perception that only wounds incurred by rusty nails and objects need anti-tetanus vaccination. Okay. So answer in your seat, in your at home, whether yes or no. And then a lot of Filipinos have the perception that anti-tetanus vaccination is not needed as long as the wounds are cleansed right away and maintained clean. So that could be another perception which probably pwedeng ginagawa ng marami, no? Kaya marami rin hindi nagpapa-anti-tetanus vaccination, di tumatakbo sa emergency room. Lastly, another question that I ask, my perception, that my inquiry will be a lot of physicians, especially in the emergency rooms of hospitals, routinely give anti-tetanus vaccination to all patients who would go to the emergency room because of a wound. This is regardless of the status of the wound in care, whether marumi, malaki, at anong klaseng wounds. So these are the four basic questions that I raised. No? So the question is, which perceptions and practices that I mentioned earlier should be clarified, modified, or maintained, kung tama sila, so that the Filipinos will have a correct understanding of the indications of anti-tetanus vaccination. So what is the connection or relationship between wounds and anti-tetanus vaccination? The relationship within wounds and anti-tetanus vaccination, kasi pag sinabing mong wounds, palaging may kasamang isip sa isipan natin, may isang reflex, baka ma-tetanus ako, kaya kailangan ko ng anti-tetanus vaccination. So the relationship between the wounds and anti-tetanus vaccination or tetanus is based on preventing infection by the Clostridium tetani, which is a bacteria which causes tetanus. So pag nagkaroon ka ng Clostridium tetani, especially yung mga significant dosage, then you might develop tetanus. We will define tetanus mamaya. Okay. So yan ang relationship. Pag may bubok, pag may sugat, ang iniisip agad, baka ma-tetanus ka. Kaya kailangan ba natin ng anti-tetanus vaccinations? So, why wounds are related to tetanus? Now, Clostridium tetani, that's the bacteria that causes the tetanus. It lives in soil, okay, dust, and animal feces. Yan ang pinaka-common na yung mga tinitirahan ng Clostridium tetani. Its spores can enter the body through breaks in the skin, especially kung may punctured wounds, through nails and even thorns, then contaminated cuts, lacerations, may hiwa, then crash injuries, burns, pwede rin, then wounds with dead tissues. So inside a wound with low oxygen, the bacteria produces a toxin called tetanospasmid. That causes muscle spasm and stiffness, the hallmark of tetanus. So pag may tetanus tayo, na may bacteria, nagpo-produce ng toxin yon at nagkaroon ng spasm, yan ang rason. Bakit nagkakaroon ng lockjaw, ang tinatawag na lockjaw. So because of this risk of tetanus infection, any wound may become an entry point for the tetanus infection. So lahat ng sugat may potential risk for pumasok yung tetanus na bacteria. Okay, but not in all cases, so it all depends on the type of wounds. Now, the role of anti-tetanus vaccination. Vaccination protects the body against the toxin, yung tetanospasmin, produced by the bacteria. So common vaccines include the two types, tetanus toxoid vaccine. Yung antibiotics is not included as sa vaccine. So ang vaccines lang dito, tetanus toxoid vaccine, which offers active immunity. Then tetanus immune globulin, which gives immediate passive protection, which comes in two forms, yung galing sa tao, human-derived, and then yung galing sa kabayo, mga horses, equine. No? So there are two types of tetanus immune globulin that are available in the pharmacy, in the drugstore, in the pharmaceuticals. Okay? So these two vaccines stimulate the immune system to produce antibodies against tetanus toxin. Now, why vaccination is checked when somebody has a wound? When a patient presents with a wound, the doctors usually ask about tetanus immunization history, because if vaccination is up to date, the risk is very low for the tetanus to occur. If the vaccination is unknown or incomplete, then a booster or a prophylaxis is or may be given to prevent tetanus. Because as we said, bawat sugat, there's a risk for a tetanus infection, but it all depends on how dirty the extent of the wound is. So take note of the word of the phrase may be given. So when I say may be given, it implies that not all wounds need anti-tetanus vaccination. So sagot dito, do all wounds need anti-tetanus vaccination? So not all wounds needs anti-tetanus vaccination. So what is a typical wound management recommendation with regards to anti-tetanus vaccination? This is a general guidelines. Maraming guidelines yan. Kumisan, essentially pare-pareho, pero kumisan may mga iba-iba, may differences. So depending sa wound situation, kung minor clean wound lang, minor, maliit lang, at malinis na wound na hindi siya, let's say, hindi incurred by yung mga rusty nails or yung mga soil, no? And then the patient is vaccinated within 10 years. So there is vaccinated na siya, no? So there's no need for the booster vaccine. Now, if there's a minor wound but the last vaccine is more than 10 years, then binibigyan ng booster dose. So this implies that yung lifespan of the vaccine usually 10 years. So more than 10 years na, nagbibigay na. So kung dirty naman yung sugat, then there's a high risk wound. No? But the last vaccine is more than 5 years na, kahit na wala pang 10 years. No? Okay. So binibigyan na rin ng booster kasi masyadong marumi at the high risk for tetanus. Now, kung hindi alam ng pasyente, unknown or incomplete ang vaccination, which is usually the case, no? In most of us, no? Ako, hindi ko na matandaan kung kailan yung last vaccination ko, no? So they usually give vaccine, yung toxoid plus the tetanus, with or without the tetanus immune globulin. So in high-risk wounds, tetanus immune globulin may be given for immediate passive protection. Yung effect ng immune globulin is mas mabilis kaysa yung toxoid. So what are the types of wounds that carry a higher risk of tetanus so that they are more likely to require anti-tetanus vaccination? In other words, we're now talking about indications. Kailangan magbigay ng anti-tetanus. So certain types of wounds carry a higher risk of tetanus so that they are more likely to require anti-tetanus vaccination or prophylaxis. So kailangan ma-assess natin kung anong klaseng sugat ang meron. So ito yung the so-called high-risk wounds for tetanus. So puncture wounds is considered in general high-risk siya because maliit lang yung butas at yung oxygen, low oxygen doon. At usually hindi na expose sa atmosphere. So example of puncture wounds, yung mga nail injuries, no? Pako, thorn pricks, and animal bites, yung mga malalalim, no? Okay. So the wound is deep and narrow, creating a low oxygen environment ideal for tetanus bacteria. So puncture wounds are more dangerous yung mga open, yung mga malaki ang sugat, no? Okay. Then wounds contaminated with soil, dust, and manure, yung mga tae, yung mga kabayo, yung mga hayop, no? Okay. So examples dun sa pag nasugatan sa farm, sa gardening cuts, no? Especially kung di nag-gloves, then road accidents with dirt contaminations. So these are the types of wounds contaminated with soil, dust, and manure. So usually the Clostridium tetani, yung bacteria na yon, commonly lives in soil and animal feces. Now, crash injury, okay. Example, machinery accidents, heavy object compressions. Ito yung mga talagang severe na injuries na. So these are high risk for tetanus. So there's a tissue damage and poor blood supplies which create conditions favorable to bacterial growth. Then wounds with dead tissues, yung mga maitim, no? Parang dead tissues na bulok na. So example, gangrenous wounds and revitalized tissue after trauma. So the reason that they are high risk because dead tissue provides an anaerobic environment for bacterial toxin production. Now, another category which is considered high risk, yung mga burns, especially yung mga malalalim na burns, saka yung mga malaking burns na areas, and contaminated burns na, let's say, by the soil, nasunog sa, exposed to the soil, to the dust, in the field, na? So large areas of damaged tissues may become infected. Now, yung mga fractures naman when say compound fractures, open fractures, yung buto ay may sugat sa balat at nakalitaw yung buto sa balat. So example, bone protruding through the skin after trauma. So these are open fractures. So there's a high contamination risk and severe tissue damage. So another wounds that are considered high-risk wounds, kung yung sugat ay hindi nagamot kagad. Okay, so if the wound is not cleansed or treated for more than 6 hours, the risk of tetanus increases. Kaya importante ito, once after masugatan, linisin, hugasan kagad, right after. Okay? Kasi kung more than 6 hours na, that will be considered as high risk for tetanus. Now, for the lower risk naman, no, ito yung mga clean superficial cut, yung nagagasgas lang, abrasions, no? May konting mababaw na sugat, no? Then surgical wounds done under sterile conditions. Yung pag na-operahan, wounds din yun eh. Pero these are done under sterile conditions. So high risk for, lower risk for tetanus, kaya hindi na binibigyan ng tetanus in vaccination. So minor abrasion. So, but for all these things, we just have to check kung kailan yung vaccination yan. Ang assumption nito, lahat ng tao meron full vaccination to start with during the time na wala pang sugat. So, why is tetanus fearsome? Bakit nakakatakot yung tetanus? What is its prognosis? So, tetanus once developed carries a high mortality rate. Maraming namamatay rito if not properly and adequately treated. Thus, all patients with wounds carry the fear of tetanus infection. May risk palagi, may high risk, may low risk, okay, basta may risk, and then pwede rin magkaroon ng infection. And physicians usually advise patients with wounds to have anti-tetanus vaccination as a matter of precautions. Kaya doon pag nating sa emergency room, palaging meron na anti-tetanus vaccination. And what are the symptoms and signs of tetanus? Now, the most common symptoms is tinatawag na lockjaw, hindi mabubuksan yung bibig. So there's a jaw stiffness, difficulty in opening the mouth. Okay. This is usually the first noticeable sign. And then the other sign will be yung neck stiffness and pain, matigas yung leg, difficult because of this neck stiffness or even the jaw stiffness, there'll be difficulty in swallowing. Okay. And then the rest will be other manifestations like muscle stiffness near the wound, facial grimacing, back and body aching, arching, then painful spasm triggered by stimuli, fever, sweating, rapid heart rate, but these are non-specific. Ang pinaka-strongest clue is matigas yung leeg, yung muscles, no? Or matigas yung bibig, di nabubuksan. Kaya lockjaw. What is the prognosis? It depends on the several factors, including the patient's age, kung bata, matanda, and health status, kung masigla at maraming immunocompromised, maraming sakit, severity of infection, yung sinabi ko kanina, high risk, low risk, and how quickly is treatment started. No? So these are the factors that will influence the prognosis. So mortality rate is higher, usually high in underdeveloped countries. Okay? Usually yung treatment kasi hindi nabibigyan kagad. No? So what are the clinical principles in the anti-tetanus vaccinations? Ito yung mga ginagamit ng mga doktor. So evaluate and then classify the wounds into higher risk and low risk for tetanus infection. So the first thing that we do when we see a wound, pina-classify na namin whether high risk or low risk for tetanus infection. So yung mga sinabi ko kayo na, yung mga minor wounds lang, clean wounds, low risk yun. Yung mga severe wounds at contaminated with feces, higher risk yun. So again, wounds with low risk for tetanus infection, small cuts, superficial abrasions, clean surgical wound. So there's usually no need for anti-tetanus vaccination. So just make sure to clean the wounds right away and always maintain it clean until gumaling yung sugat. Okay. Now, wounds with higher risk for infection, again, punctured wounds, yung mga malala, especially yung mga malalalim, dirty, contaminated wounds, crush injuries, burns, especially extensive ones, burns with necrotic tissues, delayed treatment for more than 6 hours. Again, because of this higher risk, there's usually a need for anti-tetanus infection. But we have to consider the vaccination history. Kung na-vaccinated na siya, baka pwedeng hindi na, or kung very, very severe ang wounds, pwedeng, kahit na wala pang 10 years, dadagdagan ng isang booster dose at 5 years. But always make sure that to clean the wound right away, kahit na ito yung mga sugat, you have to make sure that the wound dapat malinisan kagad and always every day until na gumaling yung sugat. So the general principle is the dirtier, the deeper, and more devitalized, maraming bulok na sugat ng mga tissues, the higher the risk for tetanus and the stronger the indications for tetanus prophylaxis. Okay? Dirtier, deeper, maraming sirang tissues, then mas mataas ang chance na tetanus. So mas mataas ang indications for prophylaxis for tetanus. So, but remember, not all wounds need anti-tetanus vaccination. So, we have heard about the tetanus vaccination immunization program during childhood. So, titingnan natin yung review lang natin. Lahat tayo as children, no, dapat meron tayong complete vaccination, no? So, yung tetanus vaccination is given part of the DPT. Usually DPT yun, no? Ngayon kung sa may dinadagdag na silang iba, pentavalent o 5, ito 3 lang, no? So yung when we say DPT, D stands for diphtheria, P stands for pertussis, T tetanus. So merong isang vaccine na DPT that will protect you from all these 3, kasama na doon yung tetanus. So but even with this DPT, it requires multiple doses and boosters. Okay. Now kung binigyan ng DPT plus Hep B, and then human influenza, Haemophilus influenza B virus, no? Ito ang usual schedule, kung natatandaan pa natin, nung bata pa tayo, 6 weeks, of life. Then second dose, 10 weeks, so 4 weeks after. And then third dose is 14 weeks, so 4 weeks apart. So ang purpose ng itong initial 3 doses is just to build immunity. So i-build up pa lang. Okay? I-build up pa lang. Then after the yung 14 weeks, after the 14 weeks, na so bibigyan ng first booster. So that will be at age 12, 1 year, at age 1 year to 1.5 years. So again, the purpose of this booster is to strengthen, para dagdagan yung visa ng immunity. So again, it will prevent early waning of protection, para hindi mawala kagad. Then the second booster na binibigyan sa bata after the 6 months to 1 year, 1 year to 6 months, then the second one is 4 to 6 years. So before entry to the school, binibigyan pa sa second booster. Now, kung nasa school na siya, mayroong mga school-based immunization. Usually, kung sa grade 1, parang routine na yan, na policy ng school. Grade 1, binibigyan ng vaccine. At grade 7, binibigyan ng vaccine again. So, in-extend yung immunity protection into adolescents. Now, lifelong protection, after that, yung booster will be every 10 years na. Kung kompleto na yung childhood immunization, the next one will be after 10 years na. So this is important for injury protection, but then also for the adult, yung mga puntis, binibigyan ng anti-tetanus immunization. And also, this is to protect also the baby from having having tetanus neonatorum or at birth. So, key points to remember sa mga childhood immunization, may 3 primary doses plus 2 booster during the basic childhood protection. Ng bata pa, then pagdating sa school, may additional boosters pa, and then yung immunity nagwe-wane over time. Nawawala rin siya. Hindi siya permanent. Kaya kailangan ng booster. So yung booster is usually once after 10 years. So ito yung simple formula at 6 weeks of life, 10 weeks, then 14 weeks. Ito yung kung baby pa. And then first booster, 12 to 18 months, that's 1 year to 1.5 years. Then 4 to 6 years. And then kung grade 1, then grade 7, then adult, pag-graduate na o adult na, every 10 years. So tetanus vaccination schedule, usually 3 doses at specific intervals, is designed to match how the immune system develops protection, memory, durability against tetanus infection. So yung mga sa adult naman, usually doses is initial isa, and then 1 month, then 6 months. So this is so-called catch-up series nito. Yung isa, yung primary set, yung kanina sa bata. So 3 doses again. Yung purpose ng unang vaccination is to prime. The second one is to boost. And then the 6 months after, to make the immunity more mature and stabilized. Then after that, every 10 years na. So the goal is to develop a high, long-lasting antibody levels against tetanus toxin. So palaging nakaprotected from the tetanus once you get injured, na may high risk for tetanus infection. So again, just to para matandaan lang, initial, usually day 0. Second, usually 4 weeks later. Okay. And then, or 1 month after. And then the third one is 6 to 12 months after. So usually day 1, parang yung sa pasyente yun, day 1, and then 6 weeks, 1 month after, that's 4 weeks, and then 6 months after. So the purpose of the initial ones is to introduce to the antigen, para may initial immunization, immunity, and then The second one is to increase the concentration of the antibody. And then the third one is to create a longer-term immunological memory or longer lasting. Mga 10 years ang lifespan nito. So the protection is good but not lifelong after the 3 dose. Kaya importante may booster after 10 years. Or earlier, sabi ko ngayon na pag very high risk for wound infection, kahit na 10 years ago, meron na siyang vaccination, wala pang, at 5 years, pwede na bigyan. So once there is a wound incurred, anti-tetanus vaccination is considered or reconsidered. So for clean minor wounds, usually, kung unknown yung vaccination siya or less than 3 doses, binibigyan ng tetanus vaccine but not the tetanus immunoglobulin anymore. Kung more than 3 doses, wala na yung pangalawa, just the last dose, basta only if the last dose is more than 10 years ago. Okay? So more than 10 years ago, bibigyan ng isang booster dose. Now for dirty and high-risk wounds naman, okay, binibigyan usually ng tetanus immunoglobulin kung unknown together with vaccine. Okay. More than 3 doses na, pwedeng wala na. So ito yung why 2 treatments may meaning. Isa active, yung pinakamatibay na immunity using the tetanus toxoid. So this stimulates the body to produce antibodies. Very matibay na antibodies ang produce ng tetanus toxoid. Yung isa naman, meron ng antibodies galing sa ibang tao, kaya passive immunity. No? So, but it works immediately. Ito sa yung toxoid kasi it will take weeks before ma-develop. Kaya kung kailangan mabilis may antibodies, immune globulin na bibigay kagad. So how to give the tetanus toxoid? No? Usually sa intramuscular, usually sa shoulder, sa muscle. No? Okay. Kumisan sa hita, pwede rin. Okay. 0.5 ml. So give it as soon as possible after wound assessment and cleaning. It can still be, kung di pa nabibigay after 2 days, 1 day, pwede pa rin habulin, no? Because the incubation of the tetanus is about 3 to 21 days. Then the second dose will be 1 month after. The third dose will be 6 months after. Then booster after 10 years. Now for the tetanus immunoglobulin, usually 250 to 500 international units, then IM, intramuscular, separate from the toxoid in the same braso. Then given as soon as possible, and then pwedeng second, third, 1 week after, pwede pa. Okay. But this one is only 1 dose as compared to the 3 doses of toxoid vaccine. So the cost, the tetanus immunoglobulin in humans usually costs about 3,000 pesos. Mas mura yung toxoid vaccine, usually less than 1,000. But you have to give this in 3 doses. So know the indications for anti-tetanus vaccination. Very important to clean the wound right away after injury to prevent infection. And the delay is an indication for anti-tetanus vaccination, aside from it being deep and how dirty the wound is. Now, you may sign a waiver for anti-tetanus vaccination in emergency rooms if wounds are small and superficial. Kasi yung mga doctor usually very, ano sila, what do you call that? Very cautious sila. Halos lahat binibigyan ng anti-tetanus vaccination kahit na maliit lang sugat. Kung kung ayaw mo, pwede rin, kung as long as you know what you're doing, no? Low risk lang, then you can sign a waiver. So summary and takeaway, I have presented all these topics in this particular pep talk. Okay. So what are the common perceptions? A lot of Filipinos have the perception that all wounds need anti-tetanus vaccinations. So the correct answer here is not all wounds need tetanus vaccination. And then a lot of Filipinos have perceptions that only wounds incurred by rusty nails and objects needs tetanus vaccination. Hindi lang those caused by rusty nails and objects, but include others also like burns, like yung mga crash injuries, yung malalaking severe injuries, kahit na hindi rusty, yung mga nasa bukid. No? And then a lot of Filipinos have perception is vaccination is not needed as long as the wounds are cleansed right away and maintained clean. It depends. Kung very severe ang wound, then you kahit na malinis na malinis, you still need anti-tetanus vaccination. And then a lot of physicians, especially in emergency room of hospitals, you routinely give. Yes, they usually give. So you just have to tell them your vaccination status and then tell them if you have some knowledge on the indications of anti-tetanus vaccination, you can sign a waiver para hindi na kailangan. Okay. So takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on anti-tetanus vaccination in wound care. Knowledge is power, it gives power. Use the 4Ks of patient empowerment, kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, and kapangyarihan to gain greater control over decisions and make better decisions on anti-tetanus vaccination in wound care as part of your health management. So with that, I end my pep talk today. I hope I have empowered you to have a basic understanding of the indications of anti-tetanus vaccination in wounds in your healthcare, in your health management. So reminder before the QA, question and answer, reminder after the pep talk, take the Olete for Mastery of Learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like this. I placed the link in the chat box. And then for those who will pass, who will take the Olete and who will be obtaining 25 Olete certificates. So that means 25 Olete, 25 pep talk. So you are entitled to one voucher per Olete certificate for RO Hoson consultation, free, face-to-face or telemedical. Then another request, type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. So let's now have a group picture taking before we start the QA and interactions. Please turn on your video now and show your faces. Okay. Ready? Get set. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, the floor is now open for questions, consultation, sharing of experiences, and others. No? Who had experience with anti-tetanus vaccination as an adult? As an adult. Okay. Perla, sino pa? Si Perla lang? Hindi kayo nasusugatan? In your entire life, hindi kayo nasugatan? At hindi kayo hindi kayo tumakbo sa emergency room? Nagpa-vaccinate? Perla, ano yung sa'yo? Kailan ka nasugatan?
Ask ko lang, Doktor, kasi nung last June 2023, nagpunta ako sa ER namin dito kasi meron akong sugat sa paa. Ni-recommend niya for ako yung tetanus toxoid.
Ano yung sugat? Paano yung
sugat, Doktor? Yung parang nung pagsara ko nung pintuan namin yung screen, yung aluminum, sumabit yung paa ko dito sa baba.
Okay,
Hindi ko inintindi. Maliit lang naman, Doktor, pero parang masakit, parang kumikirot. After a
Gano'n
week siguro, parang naalarma ako. Sabi ko, punta nga ako sa ER, pinatingnan ko. Yun, ni-recommend niya ako for tetanus toxoid. Ang sabi nung doktor sabi niya, after a year daw, magpaturok din ako ng tetanus toxoid, tapos lifetime na daw. Totoo ba yun?
again, pinap
Nung naturukan ako ng mga June, ang sabi niya sa akin, June 2023. Tapos nung
okey.
June 2024, magpapaturok din daw ako. Tapos, yun yung tetanus toxoid na naiturok sa akin is lifetime na daw. Kung masugatan ako, hindi na raw ako magpapaturok. Mayroon bang ganon na ano ng tetanus toxoid? Parang nabasa ko naman kanina yan, parang wala naman yung doktor lifetime,
10
yung
years,
sinabi no?
10 years,
10
10
years?
years, 10 years, toxoid,
10 years.
10
Eh
years.
nung last October, nasugatan na naman yung paa ko, pareho na ano na nasabit na naman doon sa pintuan namin.
Hmm,
Nagpunta ako sa doktor kasi nagkataon na may pumunta dito sa barangay namin.
hmm.
Sinabi po na meron akong tetanus toxoid. Eh ang nirecommend niya sa akin doktor, yung isang anti-tetano, isa yung parang international unit yung pinabili niya sa akin, parang 2 botelya yata yung pinabili niya sa akin eh.
Okey.
Oo.
Butit na lang naisipan ko i-lecture ito. Kita mo, ang gulo, 'di ba?
Oo nga doktor. Kaya magbuti nga, kaya binabasa ko nga kanina, eh, sabi ko wala palang lifetime, mga 10 years. Yun
Oo,
pala.
butit and I'm
Eh
thankful
di,
that you're sharing at, lumalabas na tama ang desisyon ko to talk about this topic, 'no? So, even among doctors, naguguluhan sila, 'di ba? Okay, sad to say,
opo,
na yung sa'yo, nasugatan ka ng June 23,
opo.
one maliit lang yung sugat, na
Maliit lang naman.
saka 1 week after palagi ko tuyo na siya, 'di ba?
Oo.
Okay, so masakit lang.
Masakit
Okay.
nga eh, parang
Wala
makirot.
namang pero yung sugat, yung heal na, wala nang mapula, wala nang ano,
Parang meron pang konti, doktor.
konti. Pero
Makirot kasi kaya nagpunta ako sa ER kasi makirot eh. Baka
pa-
matetano ako kako.
mababaw lang.
Parang malalim naman kasi naihagod yung ano eh, yung dulo ng screen ng pinto eh.
Hindi,
Naihagod dito sa baba ng paa ko eh.
okay.
Parang
Malalim,
sumabit.
malalim in the sense that kailangan itahi, ganon.
Ay, hindi naman doktor, hindi naman kailangan
Ay,
itahi.
ay,
Hindi
ay,
naman gaan.
baka
Yun lang.
babaw lang.
Oo, mababaw lang, doktor, hindi naman.
Isang guhit lang, di ba? Kung screen, isang
Oo,
guhit
isang
lang.
ganun lang, doktor. Isang lang ganun.
Parang yung pinakita ko sa yung litrato kanina, yung sa pako, no?
Oo.
Na ano lang, isang guhit lang, no? Ganun lang, di ba?
Oo, ganun lang
So,
yun.
okay. So in that case, kaya ito yung sinasabi ko, kung pumunta ka sa emergency room, binibigyan ka lahat, no?
Oo nga,
Kaya
binigyan
mas
ako ng anti-tetano.
okay. Pareho ko yung mga iba yung andito ngayon, nasugatan, I don't, yung most likely nasugatan kayo kahit in your whole lifetime, pero hindi lang kayo tumatakbo sa emergency room, di ba? So,
Oo.
nililinis lang ninyo, pinapagaling ninyo. Butit na lang, yun ang ginawa ninyo. Pag tumakbo kayo sa emergency room, siguradong i-inject kayo ng ano, anti-tetanus yan.
Oo,
No?
binigyan ako ng doktor ng
Okay,
anti-tetano.
parang kay Perla, no? So, in-injection ng anti-tetanus toxoid. Toxoid ang binigay sa iyo.
Opo, tetanus
Hindi ka
toxoid.
tinanong ba sa iyo? Kaya number one, pag mababaw lang, hindi kailangan, no? Number two, kung malalim, then kung kailangan magde-decide yung doctor based on kailan ng huling vaccination mo. Tinanong ba?
Hindi naman doktor, hindi naman niya
Oh.
tinanong. Basta sabi niya, ay
Usually
kailangan mong magpa-anti-tetano, sabi niya sa
usually
akin. Di,
dapat tinatanong, no? Pero kadalasan hindi na tinatanong kasi alam naman nila majority ng mga Filipinos walang vaccination yan eh, 'di ba? Hindi nila natatandaan, no? So
opo.
ina-assume na lang magbibigay sila, 'di ba?
Opo.
Okay. So nagbigay
Pero
sila, one dose, yung 0.5 na
Opo, yung 0.5 lang
saan ka in-inject? Sa braso?
sa braso. Pero itong
Oh,
huli doktor, nung October last year, na, ang ano sa akin, hindi na tetanus toxoid ang binigay kasi sabi niya, ay wala pang 5 years yung naiturok sa iyo. Kaya yung iba ang ibibigay ko sa iyo na anti-tetanus, sabi niya sa akin. Bumili ako ng 3 vials yata, yun o dalawa.
ba? Isa lang dapat.
Dalawa doktor pinabili niya, dalawa nga yata. Hinahanap ko nga sa kanina yung reseta niya para isabi ko, itanong ko sa iyo, di ko nga nakita eh. Oho.
Unless ano yun, baka yung immunoglobulin yon, yung binigay sa iyo, yung pangalawa is, ang dosage can be 250 to 500 international units.
Oo, yung
Baka,
parang tatlo nga yata yun kasi 200 isa, para ang binayaran
sige,
ko kung mga kulang-kulang 600 ay 500 kasi nga tatlo nga yata doktor, yung nga sabi niyo yung international unit, parang ilan yun, ilang yung dosage niya. Tatlo yung tinurok sa akin.
500 lang? Mura yon.
Hindi kasi may senior discount doktor. Parang yung isang bakuna parang more than 200 pesos eh. Yung isang
Yung
bayan.
yung isang
Oo.
vial, yung toxoid, mas mura yon. Okay.
O yung international unit, parang 1,000 international unit ba yun?
Yung ML, no? Yung
Opo, yung
0.5
ML.
ml.
Yun
Ah,
yung
mura
binigay
lang
sa
yon.
akin.
Mura lang
Oo,
yon, no?
kasi sabi niya, naturukan ka na ng toxoid, ito na ibibigay ko sa iyo, sabi niya. Ayun, nagbinili ko 3 vials. Tapos, mga kulang-kulang, one. At
Okay.
saka pag nakakalmot ako ng pusa ko, doktor, palagi akong natuturukan na anti-tetano eh.
Number one, huwag ka lang magpakalmat sa pusa mo. Number two, pag nakalmot ka ng pusa, yung pusa mo ba naka, may vaccination?
Meron doktor pero
Oh.
natakot pa rin ako eh. Baka
Oh,
mamaya eh tapos.
wag na pag naka-vaccination na yung pusa mo, up-to-date vaccination, saka yung kalmot sa katawan mo, mababaw lang, linisin lang. Ako naman may pusa rin
Mm,
ako, kung minsan kinakalmot din ako eh, nililinis ko lang, no? Okay?
mm.
So, para hindi ka na talaga kung tutusin mo, fully immunized ka na, ang dami mo na palang vaccination, marami ka ng
Oh,
injection.
minsan nga doktor, sunod-sunod pa nga ng pagkakalbot ng pusa ko,
Sige,
mamaya
from
pupuntahan pa.
now on, okay, from now on, okay, pag nasugatan ka, okay, so remember, not all wounds need anti-tetanus vaccination. That's number one, okay? Number
Opo.
two, depende sa sugat, na, okay? Yung sugat mo, mababaw lang, maliit lang, na, okay? Pwedeng wala. Okay? All the more kung meron ka ng na-vaccinate ka na. Okay? Na-vaccinate ka na eh. Sobrang-sobra na yung vaccination mo. No? Okay.
Oo
So,
nga
hindi mo
po.
na kailangan. Maghihintay ka ng 10 years na lang. Kung buhay ka
Mm.
pa. 10 years.
God willing, doktor.
Oo,
May
sige.
awang Diyos.
10 years. Protected ka na. 10 years, basta
10 years.
wag lang malala ang sugat mo. Okay? Kung malala ang sugat mo, kahit na less than 10 years, magpapa-vaccination ka pa rin. No? Kung, ma-
Opo.
kung superficial lang, clean wound, wala na. Wag ka na tatakbo.
Eh kasi baka mamaya mag-lockjaw ka na, yun iniisip ko, di ba? Halimbawa,
Tanong
hindi
mo,
ka na ba
tanong mo,
magagamot, doktor? Pag halimbawa, naka-experience ka ng ganun, hindi ka na magagamot.
meron
Yung
kayong,
may,
meron tayong ikaw let's say, pang 11 ka ngayon, tanong mo yung 10 na rito na nag-a-attend ngayon. Okay? So, bakit hindi sila nagpapa-anti-tetanus vaccination? Nasugatan sila noon, di ba? I suppose.
oh,
Nauna yung takot mo eh.
oo nga, matatakotin kasi ako na baka mamaya, ganito, baka mamaya.
Iko-control mo yung takot mo. Kaya nga, importante ito yung mga lecture nito para maturuan kayo. No?
Okay, doktor,
Okay.
Thank you po, thank you.
Resolution mo next time, pag may mababaw lang, huwag ka na tatakbo. I-donate mo na lang yung mga binabayaran mo sa charity.
Kunting kalmot nga lang ng pusa ko, tumatakbo na ako, papabakuna kung minsan eh. Kaya, Diyos ko, ano ba yan? Puro anti-rabies na yata yung katawan ko.
O, anti-rabies pa. May anti-rabies pa.
Oh,
Sabay
doktor kasi,
yun.
di ba, category 1, di ba, kalmot lang, mga may dugo.
O, di, basta naka-vaccination na yung pusa mo, wag na. Hindi na kailangan. Kung mababaw lang. No? Okay.
Okay po, doktor, thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing at least na-apply natin yung mga ni-lecture ko rito, no? Any other who want to share their experiences? Lana?
3-5.
So, walang nagkaroon ng vaccination pa. Nobody has vaccination after an injury. Huwag natin isama yung bata during childhood. We have a new member of the audience here. Analea, Jane, kumusta ka na? Analea, can we get to know you? Pwede? Sino ba nag-a-attend sa inyo? Jane? Ana? Para makilala ka naman namin. Who is the other one? Kanina. Abet sino yung kanina isa? Unmute ka lang, Ana. Analea Jane. Kanina ba ito? Kay Gino? Okay na. You want to share something? You want to ask questions? Sino? Okay. Who wants to share?
Tap to speak.
Ayan. Unmute ka, Ana. Unmute. Yan. Ay, nawawala. Unmute. Unmute. Hindi ka na naririnig.
Tap to unmute.
Yan.
I want to share my experience also regarding that accident. I have motorcycle accident last, I think, 3 years ago.
Okay.
I have wound here
Okay. Ang laki
and
ah.
here on my and here on my knees. But I did not avail that, and I did not buy that anti-tetanus toxoid, or what is that kind of tetanus, because the doctor already given me anti-tetanus when I had my C-section 3 years ago.
Okay. Good.
So is it valid? Is it valid or not?
Depende. Gaano kalaki yung marumi?
This one.
Nalinisan ka agad?
Yes.
Okay. So, if it was cleansed right away, pwedeng wala. So, kasi less than, ano pa naman, di ba? 3 years ago lang.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Pwede pa
Because
yan.
I had my
Meron,
C-section.
saka open wound
So
naman siya.
may effect pa po yung tetanus nung nanganak po ako sa
Yeah.
katawan ko.
Okay. So, yan ang tama, no? So meron kang nagtanong yung doctor sa emergency room whether you have a history na vaccinate ka na, no? Okay. Kung
No, I did not
na-vaccine,
go to the hospital. I'll just go to the pharmacy, and then the pharmacist asked me, "You want to go to to the doctor to give you a shot of tetanus?" And I said, "No, because I had already my anti-tetanus last 3 years ago because I
good.
have a C-section 3 years ago."
Very good. Galing mo. So that's
Because this is
ah,
tumutulo yung dugo niyan habang nagda-drive ako.
okay lang. Okay lang yun, basta wag lang maupos yung dugo mo. Mas maganda yung lumalabas yung dugo para natatanggal yung mga dumi. No?
I did only
Okay.
self-medication.
Okay yun, yun. Empowerment. No? Okay lang yun. No? So, basta
Yeah,
pag
thank you.
dumudugo, i-press mo lang, pero linisin mo kagad. No?
Yeah,
Sabon, i-flash mo kagad ng tubig. No? So use the tap water. Huwag kayo matakot sa tap water. I-flush mo kaagad. Right away ha, pag nasugatan yung any parts of the body, i-flush right away para matanggal yung mga dumi. No?
mga
Kasi pag
debris, yung maliliit na yung mga buhangin.
buhangin, yeah. Oo,
Yes,
ganoon. So, pero pag pumasok ko nga sa emergency room, iba ka, ano ka, bigyan ka ng tetanus
shots.
toxoid.
Yeah,
Okay? So, ikaw pa lang
yeah,
nag-ano. Pero pag 3 years ka na, pwedeng wala na. Basta, ang pinaka-importante kasi yung linis. Linis, ha? Okay?
yeah,
More than the anti-tetanus vaccination. Importante yung cleaning, copious washing, and then right after. Pag nasugatan, right after, linis ka agad. Pag yung
yes.
maghihintay na 1 week o 1 day pa, tsaka lilinisin. Wag lang yung pipindutin ha. Kung minsan natatakot kayong dumudugo, pipindutin lang ninyo, ipa-pressure lang ninyo without washing. No? So, iwawash pa rin ninyo, pabaya mong dumugo ng konti. No? Wag lang yung sumisirit. Ha? Pag sumisirit, ipa-press ninyo. No? Okay? So, importante yung washing. Ha? Washing, washing. No? Kaya ako, sabi ko sa inyo, 77 na ako, I never had madalas ako masugatan, di ba? Okay. I never had a vaccination. Kaya yung sa akin, ang last probably kung sa childhood, baka 10 years old ako noon, di 60 years na ako walang vaccination. No? Okay?
Really?
Okay? Tama, di ba? Kung
Yes, Doc.
during childhood, sa school years, high school, grade school, sabi natin 10 years old ako, no? Eh ngayon 77 na ako, edi 67 years na wala akong
77.
vaccination. Okay? So every now and then magkakaroon ako ng sugat, di ba? Okay. So, hindi porke may sugat ako, it all depends kasi basta nililinis ko lang palagi. Okay, clean it right away and then just until mawala hanggang mag-heal siya. You don't need the anti-tetanus vaccination. No? Okay. So that's the answer to do you need anti-tetanus vaccination in all woods? No. Di ba? It all depends.
Yeah.
No? Pero may exceptions. And then the other consideration is kung meron kang vaccination, history of vaccination 10 years ago, less than 10 years ago, pwedeng wala. Na? Okay. Pero madalang ka makakita ng mga Pilipino na may regular vaccination. Na? Okay. So usually wala, di ba? Nagpapa-vaccination lang siya pag pumunta siya sa emergency room. Kung isang injection lang, tapos na. Nakakalimutan na yung second dose, third dose. Hindi na nakukompleto. Di ba? Tama?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. Okay. So, basta importante, linis ka agad. No? Okay? So,
Yes.
thank you, Annalie, for joining us. Paano mo nalaman ito?
Actually, Doc, I am the patient of your son.
Sino?
Si Doc Ray.
Sino?
Ray. Nandun ka nga rin po nung inoperahan ako sa breast eh. Nag-argue pa nga kayo
taga,
nun ni
taga
Doc
saan
Ray.
ka? Taga saan ka?
Leyte po.
Sa Leyte. Okay. Good for attending. Mag-attend ka ng every Saturday. Marami kang matutunan sa amin. No?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Sige. So, friend tayo sa Facebook, no? Friend tayo sa Facebook.
Yes po.
Sige. Mag-subscribe ka rin sa Facebook group ng Pep Talk para andun yung mga notices doon. Every Saturday meron tayo. Na?
Sige po.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Bet, sino yung isa pa? Yung isang pumasok, nawala na siya. Okay. If there are no more questions, no more sharing, we'll call it a day. Just remember, not all patients, not all persons will need vaccination. It all depends on the type of wounds. No? Basta importante, kung may sugatan, linis ka agad. No? Kung ayaw nyo ma-hook, ma-capture, ma-hook kayo sa emergency room with vaccinations, wag kayo muna pumunta kung hindi, kung ano. Kasi mahirap mag-argue with the doctors there. Siguradong bibigyan kayo ng vaccinations. Na? Okay? Okay? So with that, we'll just call it a day. We'll see each other. Bet, sino yung pangalawa yung kanina? Hindi mo nakita? Danny? Oliver? Oliver, sino yung Oliver? Sino si Oliver?
Marinig?
Hindi mo na-keep track? Okay. Anyway, I welcome newcomers para mas masaya, mas maraming natututo. And we welcome Analea Jane to the group. Na. Meron pa ako nakita isang bago nawala. Okay.
Chris Ilda?
Kasama
Maybe
mo?
Chris Ilda? No. Ni-refer ko po siya na patient sa inyo din po. Alam ko kaka-surgery nyo lang noon last February. Thyroid.
Chris Ilda.
Yeah, Chris Ilda.
Yeah. I-invite ko rin siya, pero hindi siya nag-attend ngayon. Meron isa si
Yeah, maybe.
Danny something. Okay. Okay. So I hope we can have more attendees, no? And then, take the Olete. Kumuha ka na rin Olete, Analea, para magkaroon ka ng certificate para after 25, meron ka ng free consult. Okay?
Okay po.
So we'll call it a day. We'll see each other next week again. No? Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you
Okay,
po,
Doc.
Doc.
Bye-bye.
Happy weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po.
Happy weekends.
Happy weekend.
Hi, Jen.
At Perla. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po.
Okay.